Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and today we are going to talk about all the books I would want to read for the spooky season or autumn. Starting off with Bona by Tessa Moshfag. So I actually got a chance to meet Tessa in a book signing event, and yeah, I believe that it's the one thing that's really interesting about this book is that it is told in seasons throughout the year. So we start with spring, or do we start with summer? Either or, one of the four, and then we end back in that same season. So it's about a place called Bona. It's a medieval village, and we meet certain types of characters. My partner's already read this, and he didn't really enjoy it. He called it misery porn or something like that, but it's quite gruesome, he said. So yeah, I'm really bad at describing books that I have not read yet, but I kind of try to keep as less information as possible. I want to not know too much about the book before I go in, just so I can thoroughly enjoy discovering about it. This is one of the books that I'm excited to read for fall. Another book I've been meaning to read, so spooky themes. I read this book like ages ago, but I couldn't manage to get through it. Like halfway through it, I quit because it got too spooky for me. Interview with a Vampire by Anne Rice. I think 5 years ago I tried to read this, but I couldn't finish it because it got too spooky for me. I think I've kind of forgotten most of it. I plan on finishing it this year, especially this spooky season, just because, you know, I need to finish a book. Like, it's not like I DNF'd it because it was bad. I DNF'd it because it got too scary for me. And it isn't that sad. Next book I would like to read that's also in that spooky season moment. Well, basically my partner we did a book sharing, like a book exchange type of activity. I suggested to him some good fantasy books. He suggested The Haunting of Hill House. I don't know anything about it. Alone in the World, Eleanor is delighted to take up Mr. Montague's invitation to spend a summer in a mysterious hill house. No thank you. You know what? If someone invites you, you know what? Ooh, I have this fancy haunted house up in the hill. Do you want to spend a few nights? No. Why would you do that to yourself? Thank you. No. I won't. I don't want to be in a manor. No thank you. No. So I love this spooky season, but I love like the autumn vibe, like, you know, the oranges and the browns, and I love that, but not horror. I cannot stand it. I'll read it. I think he'll force me to read it. I think I'll probably be fun for you guys to watch me read horror, but yeah. That. With the book exchange that I did with my partner, one more book that he suggested is his favorite book, which is The Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde. It's quite short, and I believe it's just about basically a gorgeous man named Dorian, and then basically there's a painting of him and he doesn't seem to age, and then the painting seems to age, and then there's just all this weird things that happen. I'm gonna read that. It's essentially spooky, but it is gothic, so hopefully, yeah, it'll kind of give me those autumn vibes. Another book that I'm quite interested in reading is Carmilla, and I believe this is quite a short book. Yeah, it's about 160 pages. It's about a vampire named Carmilla, and I think this book predates Dracula. So yeah, let's start with this first, and then we'll start with Dracula maybe next year. I don't know, can't keep promises, but yeah, I don't know if it's gonna be too spooky for me. I'm quite excited to read this. Babel by R.F. Kuang. Sadly, I was working when she was in Edinburgh, but I swear to God, if I had that day off, I would take the train to Edinburgh immediately, and I would just be the happiest girl ever. But yeah, sadly I never got to meet R.F. Kuang during her UK tour celebrating the release of Babel. Hey, I'm here. I think this is a signed copy. I got the Waterstones exclusive edition. Really wanted the Fairy Loot one, but I was too late. But I think this is signed. I don't think it's signed. Guys, it's not signed. Oh, I thought it would be signed. Hey ho, another reason for me authors that I adore. Honestly, like, this book has been raved about so much in social media. All my favorite booktubers have read Babel and they have adored it. And yeah, I am so excited to read this. Don't ask me what it's about, because I have the most vague idea about what it's about. All I know is that it's set in Oxford, it's the center of all knowledge and progress in the world, and at its heart is Babel, Oxford University's prestigious Royal Institute of Translation, the tower from which all power of empire flows. Orphaned in Canton and brought to England by mysterious guardian, Robin Swift thought Babel a paradise until it became a prison. But can a student stand against an empire? So yeah, it is about translation, and I would like to visit. I think I visited Oxford for one night, but it was just for an exam. I didn't really get to explore, but hopefully sometime next year I would be able to. Very excited to read this. I would be living out my dark academia, vibe and aesthetic. But yeah, excited to read all of these books for fall, autumn, whatever, spooky season. I don't know what to do, guys, because I feel like because of my job I have a permanent job and a full-time permanent job, and it's also it's erratic scheduling. I don't work Mondays to Fridays, and I don't work 9 to 5. I work 12-hour shifts. I think I should do updates, like a diary for myself as well, what my progress has been for this week. Have I read enough? What am I looking forward to? What are my thoughts with the current reads I'm reading? But yeah, thank you guys for sticking around. Thank you so much for the subscribers who stayed. If you like this video and you want more, please do hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and yeah, I will see you again next time, hopefully for updates on the books I'm reading. You know what, I'm not even gonna put myself in a box and read only the books that I've talked about in this video. I might pick up an odd book or two in between. It's not really a goal, it's just for me to enjoy reading spooky books and mood book. I'm really much of a mood reader. I can't stick to a TBR because I just depends on my mood. I would pick up this book or put it down and pick up another one. But yeah, I'll see you again next time, guys. Thank you so much for sticking around. Bye.